Alright guys, here's the first part of the training video for making nut milk. This could be the same for pecans and a lot of other nut milks that we're going to be rolling out. The most important thing is that I'm using raw, unroasted macadamia nuts or nuts for any nut milk. When they roast things, unless it's dry roasted, they're usually fried. And if they're fried, that means when you soak it, the one up there, it tastes really nasty and oxidized. So make sure you're using raw macadamia nuts. Second of all, I got my 6-pan, I've tared my scale. I'm going to weigh out, lost one. I'm going to weigh out the exact amount of nuts that it calls for in the recipe. Perfect. After that, I want to fill it up to that first line of the 6-pan with filled with water. Put a lid on it, take that old label off. The really important part is I'm going to write a label for this. And the 3 things I'm going to have on the label are the date, my initials, actually 4 things, what it is, and then what time I soaked it. Because this needs to soak for 12 to 24 hours. So it has to be in there at minimum 12 hours, 24 hours, and it can actually go longer. I go 48 hours if need be, but it needs to be at least in that window. So I'm going to write the time on there as well. Alright, that's going to go in my refrigerator. And after it sits, we'll be ready for the next one. Alright guys, we're back now. My macadamia nuts have been soaking overnight for at least 12 to 24 hours. I'm going to drain the soaking liquid off of them. So you can either do that through a double mesh strainer, or you can just crack the lid and use the lid to strain out that soaking liquid. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. I add my soaked macadamia nuts to the Vitamix blender. My measured alpha sugar. Salt. I'm just going to cover, actually a little more than cover, we're going to fill up the blender about halfway up with water. Enough to really get it going. Now when I blend this, I want to make sure I blend it on high for at least 1 to 2 minutes. You got to blend it up to really break down those nuts all the way and make that liquid creamy. Blend this up to high. Alright. So I take my blender off and a double mesh sieve sitting on top of the 3rd pan. That's my unit of measure. I'm going to pour in the nut milk from the sieve. Now, the reason we soak it is to soften the nut all the way through. If I was to blend a raw nut right with water, what would happen is the nut would break down and would make the nut milk thick and rich. It would just so I'm going to take a ladle, I'm going to put it inside the sieve, and I'm just going to work it around in a circle to help push that liquid through the sieve. So I'm just pushing all that liquid out. Again, if there's a lot of solids in here, that means you didn't blend it well enough. So there should be about maybe 2 tablespoons worth of solids to almost little. So if there's a lot left in here, I put the solids back in the blender, you can add a little bit more water, blend it up again for a little longer, and then put it back in the double mesh strainer. But there should be little to no solids in the double mesh. Now we're going to add water up into the 4-quart line. That's that first line on the 3rd line. So this is all set now for retail or making overnight oats. So I'm going to put a lid on this, label it with today's date, and we'll go on. Thanks guys.